Hey guys, welcome. It's Luminous Productions. We're doing another podcast. We do have a special guest today. We have Noize Pollution.
Yes, noise pollution.
Yeah. And what is your genre? What is you as an artist? Like, what are you bringing to the table? What has brought you to Luminous today?
Well, for this event for FK, I'm going to be doing some drum and bass. Just big lover of drum and bass for years now. Separately, I do a ton of tech house. But I'm going to stick to the bass side for this one.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so we are going to be running an unofficial afters for Forbidden Kingdom weekend, unofficial, the 25th and 26th of April. Um, our guest right here is going to be performing. He said just to do some drum and bass. Perfect. And we are going to be having you play a little live set. And do you have any music that you're going to be bringing to the table on your set?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I got a new drum and bass track I produced myself. I'm going to probably start off the set with that one.
Perfect. What's the name of that track? What is it? Is it something that you just came up with? Is it a remake? Is it something that you just mashed up, or something you just created yourself?
Yep, I created it myself. Right now I'm calling it Dip. The title's working, but right now we're going to go with Dip.
Okay, perfect. Well, make sure you listen to that live set that he's going to be producing for us, putting together for us. And what are you going to bring to this Forbidden Kingdom afters like weekend for us, unofficial afters for us? Like, how's your set going to go? Are you like just gonna just like show up and go with the crowd, or you really have something together that's going to be very special?
I got something special for y'all. I love, always love making an intro track for a set. So
Nice, nice.
got something special for you. I'm hoping to bring the energy a little bit different from all the dubstep and other bass music you guys could be playing.
Hey, it's open, and people are here for it. People are coming all over the U.S. for Forbidden Weekend, and when they come to these afters, it's going to be a great experience. Going back to you're saying you did tech house.
Yep.
What brought you to music as an artist today? So like you're little and you heard a song on the radio and you're like, what is this song or who is this artist? It can be like going back to like Elvis Presley, or going back to like a Spanish song, or to like a hip hop song like Little John. You're just like going crazy and you're like, I love music. And then it kind of just, you go down the rabbit hole and brought you to where you're at today.
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, when I was young, I was a big classic rock kind of person. I loved AC/DC. I just loved those power chords, all that energy, right in your face. Always a big Black Sabbath fan. Growing up, I'm 31, so it was a lot of like T-Pain, and like it was like hip hop was all just like this party music, right? And I love that. Like every song that came out had like a dance, like so I love that energy of that. And I got introduced really to electronic music when I was in high school. Um, you know, what was popular when I was growing up was like Skrillex was getting big, and like Cascade and Dead Mouse, right? Like Ghost and Stuff was like this massive track, and like I got that like energy from like bro step of like Skrillex and Flosstradamus and all those guys, and I love that. But then I also got that like melodic stuff from Cascade and Dead Mouse that really like touches you in like your soul, right? And you're like, there's so much like emotion. So it just I was I was in love ever since.
And was it like, I'm gonna go dance to this and go to shows, or you're like, I want to become an artist. I want to be a DJ. This one track motivate me because it was art and it was like love.
Yeah, so I was just going to events at first. I just like just going all the time and stuff like that. And I eventually got to the point where I was like, it's like I can contribute to this. As a kid, I taught myself how to play guitar. My mother maybe do piano lessons and stuff like that. So like I had a musical background and I played in a band in high school. We're nobodies, but we're just like kids playing in a garage.
Yeah.
And I always found my creative side. I would go to music, right? So eventually, like I got into DJing. And really, what I did was I got a $300 bonus check from my job, and so I was like, man, I just want to do something with it. So I went out and bought myself a Novation mini keyboard, and then I also bought myself Hercules Impulse, I think 200, little tiny deck. And I was like, I'm going to either learn how to DJ or I'm going to learn how to produce. Or I was going to try to do both, but I was like, let me see what I like more first. So I got into DJing more. I was about 23, 24, so just DJing at home and stuff like that, playing like friends' parties and stuff.
Nice.
And then honestly, about 2 years ago, I just like I had that many keyboards. Like it's like I really do want to try
next step.
Yeah, it's so daunting at first, right? Like learning how to get in your DAW and stuff like that. It took me maybe 2 3 months to even understand what I was doing in
Yeah.
Ableton, right? So eventually, like it just like started getting better and better. You get like more enjoyable. It gets you start having like all these ideas in your head. You're able to actually like put it down on the DAW on paper, right? And it's just like it's fun, right? You know, I
Yeah.
love that. And so I started going out to more like events and like DJing and stuff like that because I got into producing because I wanted to be able to, you know, bring something new to the table. I want to have something that's mine, right? I don't want to just be there playing other people's music. I want to bring what I have.
Art.
Yeah.
Yeah. And going back to that, it's like when you had that feeling and you took that step, did you ever feel like where you're gonna be today of like playing for Forbidden unofficial afters, or say like putting a song together where you're going to play for us? And when you go back to where you first started, like the roots, did you feel forced when you said you're like your mom was making you play the piano and stuff like that? Did something like that really encourage you to get where you're at today, or you're like, I don't use that tool anymore, and you're just like, it was just a phase, and mom forced me to do it, and I just did it?
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because that was piano for me. You know, you're trying to teach like an 8-year-old kid like piano scales and like music theory and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm gonna go play with my friends, right? But like honestly, it's paid me dividends now at this point because I do know how to like read music slowly,
Yeah.
but I do know how to read music. I still can play piano a little bit, and like that fully translated into producing music,
No,
right?
wow.
So I'm happy I have that background. You know, it's helped me a lot. But like guitar was on me because I was like I said, a big ACDC person. I was like, man, it's like two piano, that's uncool. I was like, I'm gonna play the guitar.
And it's like a big term, but not a big term, because like if you listen to like heavy metal and that, and you go to say for example like dubstep and that, it's very like aggressive, I guess you could say.
Exactly.
But then you're like, oh, I'm like a tech house, and like what did tech house go to? Like they go where you're at today, and like what is your number one artist in like the electronic scene right now where it was like that one song besides like the Skrillex, besides like just like that one song where it's like this is this is me?
Yeah. Oh man, that's such a hard question, right? There's so many people out there. In the world of tech house, I'll say, man, the person that's just caught me right now is Genesee. He's worked a lot with Medusa, and he's bringing this like very like energy forward tech house, really kind of like pushing into like the techno aspect of tech house. But like I don't know, drum and bass for me though, it's like it's honestly the OGs for that. Like it's Sub Focus and Jason Status. Like those guys just like taught me. But I really got into drum and bass from when I was actually in high school. I came across Netsky, and like I just loved it. Right, like such good stuff, so much energy.
And if you had the opportunity to play in any venue in Orlando, or what is your, I guess you can say your main platform, or something where you're like, I want to be on that stage, or I want to open up for this artist, what venue would that be here in Orlando?
Venues has got to be Vanguard, right?
Vanguard, okay.
You know, gotta have all this production. It's freaking awesome. But like, I mean, dude, I've grown up in Orlando, so like, if I can ever get a set in UC Orlando,
And what artists would you like to open up for?
What artists? World of Tech House, I'd probably say Malfi.
Okay. And would you see yourself opening up for drum and bass or bass artists?
Maybe Dimension. He's about to play too.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. And if you would want to let other artists or producers advice when you were at that moment where you're like going down the rabbit hole and you spent that $300 bonus on something where you didn't know where it was gonna go, or it's just a start, what would you recommend or advice to those artists that are in love with music but just like just there?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say stick to it, right? You know, put in the time and you know, stick to it. Just you know, be creative with it, right? Like, don't try to copy people. Like, do your own thing. Like, just mess around in the DAW, honestly, because like, you know, learn how to use like synthesizers, do sound design. You know, that's sometimes my favorite aspect. Is just like sit in there and you make this tone. You're like, oh man, what if I make it a little bit of like love or something like that, or I move a filter on.
Yeah, you want to stand out. You're like, oh, like different is nice, and that's one thing about Luminous. It's like I am like open platform. Like I'm a collective um, production company that designs stages, decor, gives everyone the opportunity. Multiple artists that I interviewed and going to interview is like I was their first booking and I didn't even know, and I was like, okay, cool, and it's really nice to see these artists and if they're pursuing it or not is like we're giving them the opportunity, and no one's perfect, and when you get to that level, it's really cool to see everyone grow together, and it's art, and it's everyone sees your music or my shows or productions and stage designs different, and that's a part of the culture of music is you can play a sound and someone else will hear it different. They will like it, they don't like it. Take the negativity to positivity, and you just make that track, and then you just go from there. And it's been a pleasure, man. I really enjoyed your conversation, your history, and your growth of like what you're telling me. And in this industry, it's really, really tough. It's like everyone wants to be better, and like if you're really in the heart for the music, it's your own. You make it what you want it. And we're really excited for you to have you at FK weekend. You are playing on the 25th.
Yes, Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
Set time's supposed to be 2 a.m. So catch me.
Oh yeah, that is like the peak right there too. That is like the good.
That's when everyone's gonna walk in.
Yeah.
Right?
Everyone's walking in. Are you going to FK yourself?
Absolutely.
Fun. Yeah. Well, we're all looking forward to your set, and we're gonna catch a live set right now. You have any questions for Luminous itself?
No, no questions. But I wanted to say I love what you guys have done here. I love your productions. I've played at one of your events before, and just what you guys put on is amazing. I love what you're doing for the local scene here, and
on, right? It's all growth, man, and it's just it's luminous. Like you just gotta bright, you gotta shine, and it's just do it. And if you don't do it, there's nothing about it. It's just you just put yourself out there, have fun, and be safe and enjoy it. And we'll catch you guys on Forbidden Kingdom weekend at the unofficial afters, the 25th and 26th, and hope to see y'all there. Catch the eye from Orlando that's different, unique, something that will help you on your platform to let Orlando know, or when we put your interview and your music out there, what will help you as an artist?
I would say the exposure, right? Like putting my name out there, letting people know like I exist. I hope everyone likes what I play, right? That's what we're trying to do. I'm just trying to share the music that just fueled me for years, and I just love, and I hope people resonate with that, right? So yeah, exactly that, right? Like I want people to know that I make music, right? I'm trying to do something original in the scene. Could always be better. Every producer is always growing, but
and that's all of us as a collective. And I used to be an art like a DJ, and the artists that we work with, it's like it's a never ending canvas. Like you can have the amazing song, and it can be the number one hit on the radio. And you're gonna still say it's like unfinished or you don't like it. Like it's like I know it's not the way it's supposed to be, and that's how it's life and it's music. And I remember growing up myself, it's like if that person can do it, I can do it. But if you don't believe in yourself and do it, you're not gonna do it, obviously. Yeah, exactly. And every time I hear like music on the radio or like seeing younger crowds of like joining the EDM or underground scene or stuff like that, it's like, damn, this is where music is going because EDC Orlando, for example, is the only EDC in the state besides the main one in Vegas. And that shows something for Orlando. It's like it's obviously the locals, but obviously it's somewhere like you can get a piece of like the big show. And have you been to EDC Orlando?
Oh man, absolutely. I've gone to EDC Orlando every year since 2013.
Nice.
So I haven't missed it since.
Nice.
So,
Have you been to Vegas?
Yes, I have. I went once in 2024. It's awesome, man. But I remember being there. It was John Summit back to back with Green Velvet, and just dancing my ass off. Is like everyone's just like slumped over, like walking out of the festival as the sun's rising up. And I was like, dude, it's like I don't know if we'll ever be here again. It's like I gotta keep going.
No, and that's those things as opportunities is discipline, but as an artist you gotta enjoy it.
Yeah.
And if you get too involved into, I guess you can say, the scene, um, it tends to take a toll on you. So as I always recommend to every artist and everyone, be safe when it comes to anything you consume or anything, like when it comes to working hard for what you want. People tend to lose themselves in it.
Yeah.
And you got to do it from the heart and from like what you want to do for yourself, but also bring to the world. And when you bring that to the world, that one song, it can take one song, and you just go from here on out. Like it's skyrocket, right. And that's one thing cool really about music is like a lot of people don't understand about music. It's like you're in the car, there's music. You go to the grocery store, there's music. You go to the restaurant, there's music. And a lot of people don't realize they're even listening to it, but it's in the background. And until you, like, for example, when you have that one sound, that is you.
Yeah.
And this is where you're at today. Yeah. So, well, I'm gonna end this session of doing this production podcast. Our friend Noize Pollution. Don't forget to catch him on the 25th, 2 a.m. The Unofficial FK After Weekend. It's been a pleasure, and I'm so excited, and it's been an honor, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us.